Good morning. Today is Tuesday, December 28th, 2021. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Taiji. This is the last class of this series. I'm going to talk about this for a second because I'm going to talk about this for a second. I'm going to have a new series starting up the end of January, new format, some changes coming. I'm hopeful that they're going to bring a little bit more clarity and definitely a lot more organization to what I've been presenting. Coffee. Need a coffee. Alright, so I have an issue again. Okay, it's back. Alright, at least I kind of know what's going on with that. Alright, so with the changes that are coming up, we have the physical practice. Here's the physical movement, here's what we're doing. We have the way to practice, right? So there's, my hand goes here, my foot goes there, I do this, I do that. Then there's how we do that, the way that we move, especially for Taiji, Xingyi and Bagua as well, but there's a lot of the idea behind what we do that goes with any practice. The way that we move in Tai Chi has a rhythmic quality to it. It has this idea of opening and closing, of forward and back. That rhythm, that flow is part of the art. Every Tai Chi system has it. Variations according to the system and the particular practice today and what we're doing, but everybody has it. Focusing on that requires that we know where the foot goes, where the hands go, right? Once we've gone to that level, we're now looking at what are we doing in this movement? How do we use it? What's the application? These other questions all come from, here's the movement, here's how we do it. Now we're going to explain what it is we're doing, right? There's a litany of things that go with that, what it is we're doing. So inside connections, outside connections, how we move generally, as well as specific to this particular movement in this particular form. That's all me talking. That's pretty much me talking. That's not doing a lot of movement. So I've been giving the explanation, doing the movement, a little more explanation, the same as I would do in person. That works out reasonably well if you're following along and you're here for every class. If you drop in and you want to come back to it, yeah, being able to find it again is going to be a challenge, right? So this everyday thing that works really well. It works really well if you're here every day. If you're not, now what? That's the question that I'm hoping my new format is going to help solve. So there'll be presentation, there'll be explanation, and then there'll be more explanation. And I'll be able to put that together in a more concise fashion. So Monday is this, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? 3 days in a row, we're going to do the same thing over and over again, except with a different focus and a different underlying meaning, let's call it. That substance that goes underneath the form, we'll have that, and it'll give us a chance, it'll give me a chance to repeat, as well as to go a little bit deeper into some of what we're doing compared to, I'm going to give a quick explanation so we can get back to movement, right? The other thing that is going to happen is I'm going to be recording some things movement only, and then I'll use those as part of the class so that there are multiple opportunities to see how a particular movement is done. Not just here I am today, but here it is in the form, here's what this looks like. So there's a little bit, again, a little bit better organization to the study materials. Let's get started. Basic stretch. Feet about shoulder width apart. Hands down at your sides, stand straight, pull up through the crown of the head. Bend the knees, hands circle to the front, back around to both sides. Up along center line. And reach out. Keep the knees bent, keep the hips bent. Everything moves. One more time. Shoulders down. Roll up. Elbows drop down. Wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. A little bit of a leg stretch. Right foot front, left leg back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And take a break. Alright, as we're practicing, this idea of, and I'm talking about this just for a little second, this idea of coming into the practice space, leaving whatever else it is outside. It's not going to matter right now. Right now, I'm going to practice. That idea that I'm going to take this time, that I'm going to take it. Not giving it to anybody else. I'm not giving it to anything else. I'm going to take it and I'm going to use it. This is mine. That idea is essential to continuing your practice. If you set aside time, and I don't make it today, I'm going to get there tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm not going to make it. Right? You need to pick a different time. If you come into practice and you bring in junk. Well, so-and-so did such and such, blah, 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 blah. Right? Oh, I can do that. No. It doesn't help your practice at all. Right? Now, I've come into the practice space angry, upset, depressed, sad, all kinds of things. And my goal, not always 100% successful, but my goal is to get rid of the junk so that my focus is on my practice, what I'm doing right now. That skill, that's a skill, that ability to say, this is it right now, I'm focused, this is what I'm doing. That's it. gives us side benefits. Everything has a side benefit, right? Gives us a side benefit of actually creating the space that we want. I've left what I don't want out there. I want to create a space that I'm going to practice in. I want to pay attention to my physical movements. I'm going to pay attention to my internal body. I'm going to pay attention to being mindful of what I'm doing right now. All of a sudden, all of that other stuff is gone. I had to work at it. I worked at it a lot. All right? It's the determination to say, I'm going to practice now. This is what I'm doing. I don't want to do something else. And I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to practice. That's it. That's all we're doing right now, practice. Okay. That single-mindedness, that's all we're doing, matters. First part, Wudang style Taiji. Feet together, stand straight, pull up through the crown of the head, tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth, toes grip just a little bit. Fingertips reach down. Relax the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Salute. Breathe out. Breathe in. Sink. Extend the heel. Turn. Circle and palms up. Alligator playing in the water. Yin and yang both appear. Four directions. Turn to the front. 3 rings around the moon. Twin dragons. Golden rooster. Hold ball. Raise the leg, lift up again. Ward off. Ward off. Pull down. Press. And push. Double cloud hands. Single cloud hands. Hold ball. Left side. Raise the leg, lift up in, ward off, pull down. Ward off, pull down. Press and push. Double cloud hands. Single cloud hands. Down in. Shot chin up. White crane spreads its wings. On the face. Brush knee. Brush knee. Dragon and tiger. Hands strung the lute. Step back. Come out on the right. Left heel. Brush knee. Come through. Right heel, brush knee, come around, to the outside, step up, bench down, Salute. Part 1. Part 2 coming up. As we practice this idea of rhythm, of continuity, of what do we do next? How do the movements fit together? Where are the pieces? What goes together with what? How does this movement connect to that movement, right? We pay attention to this throughout the forms. One of the things that I'm going to be doing, right, is as I move into this new format, which we just saw a little bit of, so that was me not talking very much, right? There'll be more of me not talking very much. In fact, this morning there's going to be more of me not talking very much. All right, that is going to be combined with some of this analysis where I'm taking apart this one move or this one group of moves. So at the towards the end, from here, single whip, come up, Shachina. Alright, white crane spreads its wings. This whole series might be one lesson where I take it all apart, we break it down, and what happens then is you go back to the whole form and put it back in multiple places actually. Let's do part 2, Wudang style Taiji. Feet together, stand straight, go up through the crown of the head. Relax the breath. Salute. And sink. Open. This is part 2. Beginning is the same. Now we change. Return the tiger to the mountain. Flat hands. Hold the ball. Right hands again. And hold the ball. Flat hands. And I'm in step 1, 2, open, out, 1, 2, and down. Come back, 1, 2, push back the monkey. Up. Needle at C-bottom, and through the back. Turn around and chop. And 1, 2, 3, single whip. Cloud hands. And I've got to step back because it travels a little bit. All right, cloud hands. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. Down. Come on up. Punch down. Out. To the left. With the toe. And turn. Jump. Sort of. Heel. And back up. Heel. Heel. Down. Come from under. And turn. Sweep. Up from underneath. And close. All right. Habit. I had to learn that habit. All right. As we finish, right? The movement's a little bit more difficult. The athletic requirement, a little bit more. There's a use of the body requirement, right? And this is something that is in traditional arts developed over a lifetime of practice. You don't stop practice. It's what you do. All right, so some of the movements that I do, I've been doing them for a while. It's easy for me. It's not easy for somebody who hasn't been doing it. There's other movements that I don't do so well, but I know people who do. Right? I know people who do. It's that I don't do them all the time. This is one of the things that I'm looking at, that how to do this, how to correct it, so that when I record, it's not practice now. This is this new format that I'm recording, right? When I record this new format, I would like to be the best possible. I would like to be showing the best possible that I have for the particular move. What I remember being able to do and what I can do today are not the same. What I could do 2 years ago and what I can do today is not the same. Okay? So what I could do 20 years ago, 30 years ago, I was pretty good. Right? I was pretty good. I can't do all of that today. I do some of it, not all of it. There are things that I do better today than I could do 20 years ago, 30 years ago. There are. There's things that I do better today. There are things that, yeah, it's probably not coming back. There are other things that I believe in me, so I believe in myself that I can do this. And so there are some things that I believe that I will be able to recover to the point that I'm satisfied with it, which it's the goal here is that I'm happy with it, and that it shows the move as it should be done. Okay. I'm going to do this one more time just because, and you're welcome to come with if you want. This is the ending for part 2 in Wudang style Taiji. I'm going to start here, facing this way. Right, heel, heel, down, 1, 2, 3, and down, around, turn, up, and close. I want that turn to be better. I don't think that I will ever get to the point that I'm flying. It does fly. But I have been better. Better coordination, better timing, better form, better position. I want it back. I do. I want that back. How am I going to do it? Practice. Practice. And more practice. The foundation for that turn, some of the fundamentals, some of the practice sets that I might use to build that up. I may be recording those as well as I work through it. The idea is not let me show the struggle and create that. It's more about that idea of how do we do it, how do we get there, and what are we doing underneath? What's going on underneath? Well, for me, I'm talking about this. For me, underneath is that I decided, that's it, pretty much, I decided that I was going to document what I do. As I've been going through that process, which y'all are helping with, and I appreciate that. As I've been going through that process, I look at what I'm doing, how I'm moving, what are the things that should be there, what things shouldn't be there, right? As I develop and redevelop those skills, because there's some skills that I'm developing with this, there's some presentation skills that I'm developing with this, right? As I go through that process, everything gets refined a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And I'm looking for those opportunities that I can use to build up what I already have, gain more strength, more flexibility, and be able to do more. That process is part of the documentation that I want to create. It's not overnight, it's not today I can, tomorrow look at me. It's today and tomorrow, and we keep going. And a year from now, look back and see what we were doing and how we were doing it, and where the changes are. How can we continue to improve? How can we make it better? Right? That idea, continuing to improve, that's something that I carry in my practice. There's always an opportunity to be better. There's always an opportunity to do something better, to be calmer, to be more attuned to whatever's going on, to be more compassionate, to be more thoughtful. There are always opportunities to be more. What do we choose to be more of? That's what we practice. I hope that some of this is useful. I also hope that you've enjoyed what we've done. I will be back with more. I'm going to take a couple weeks off first, right? So this is the last class of Wudang Taiji series. This is it. I'm not going to stop teaching it. This series, we're done. As of today. Tomorrow, Wudang Taiji Sword. I'm going to make that the last class of that series as well. Same for Wudang Qigong on Thursday and Friday. Last class for both of those. It'll take about 2 weeks, maybe 3. Come back at the end of January, middle of the end of January, with this new series and the new format. I hope you'll join me. Thank you.